whether it's the birds and the bees, the clouds, the rain, and so on. It's all there. So I see in this an evolution, a coming of a new perspective, which scholars are now beginning to take up, called ilmul khalq. There's knowledge of creation in the Quran, and the practicalities of this is framed in the phrase fiqh al-biya, where there is also a new fiqh, a new jurisprudence emerging. But it has not been necessary in the past to draw these out as specialisms, because, as Yad has so eloquently pointed out, the whole aspect of environment and environmental protection is integrated in the Quran itself, and the examples set by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, in order for myself to acclimatize, to get knowledge, to get an understanding of that 40 years ago, I was looking for direction, and then I came across environmental dimensions in Islam, and there were two people that I encountered as a result of that, and one of them was my co-author, Usman Llewellyn. And I had the pleasure, I was invited to Saudi Arabia, and he took me to Jebel Aja, where he's pioneering the work on the Hema and the Hareen systems, which I myself took on and subsequently established a major ocean Hema system in Zanzibar, relating to fishermen and their dynamiting of fish and damaging coral reefs. So there are examples, both in the traditions and in the practical application of this in the fiqh. So now I have finally concluded that in a sense, as we have taken pains to point out in the covenant itself, there is no such thing as Islamic environmentalism. It is embedded in the Quran and the way that the Prophet ﷺ conducted his life. So it's integrated. It's an integrated perspective, which we have lost. But again, to go to the reasons behind this, we need another conference. I'm not going to go there. It's in the book anyway. And for us to understand that this is our property now, that this is something that we have to take on, and this is something we have to exemplify in our behavior. And this is something that we can give the world, and then we can lead the world, because there are very specific things we need to understand. There are very specific things we need to do, and there is a program which is at the back of the covenant that we hope to begin to implement when the whole thing comes out and is finally launched in the coming months. So, having said these basic words, I will hand the rest of the time over to my dear colleague Uthman, for him to give an understanding of what we've been doing and give you an appraisal of the document itself.